Hey, Vampire Logan here. I am just gonna play some Overwatch, but I want to do a little uh, look at my what I feel like I've how am I gonna say this? I'm really annoyed with the new way the ranked information is provided. I don't like that you have seven. You have to get 7 wins before you can see any change in your rank, and in that time you could have gone up and down and not really known what's going on, and or it could be 20 losses before you find out you've probably deranked, and you may not even realize how many losses you've had in that time, because the only thing it shows you here is games won, and so that always looks good. I think they're trying to make you feel better about it, but when you do a bunch of work and you think you've won a bunch of games, and then you get to the seventh win and then it shows you that your rank has not changed or moved down or just is still way deep in the bronze. It's pretty discouraging, and it makes me feel like not playing. I know a lot of the higher up people think it's great because they like because they, for whatever reason, the game is built in, seems like, to put people back at their rank that they already know you were at before, which is kind of shitty for me because I've been stuck in bronze for a long time, and so now it just thinks I belong there, and so it never boosts me up. Even when I get 7 games in a row, it thinks it's some kind of fluke or something. So it's just very frustrating for someone who's in this similar situation where their skills with the new game have improved, and you're trying to play the meta and you're trying to like do really well, and then all your friends are going up to like gold and with the same amount of games as you, and you're only going up to next stage of bronze. So I think it feels very unfair, and doesn't reward anyone for getting better at the game. It just puts them back where it thinks they should be. So I've been annoyed by this, but still gonna give it a try. But what I've got here is I'm doing a spreadsheet to keep track of my wins and losses, so I can see if what I feel like is actually true. So I just want to show this. Um, if I can show it on the screen, I guess I need another window here. Yeah, let me just see if I can see it here. Hang on a sec. Let's see. My cat. There it is. Okay, so this is my spreadsheet, and it has, I can zoom it in here a little bit. Okay, so this set of my fields here. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping track of each session I play, and whether I had so it's the date, the queue that I was in, roll queue for DPS, roll queue for tank, roll queue for support, or open queue, and then whether I got a win or a loss, and then what the map type. I'm also trying to like see maybe what I'm doing wrong, or if there's certain maps that I just have trouble with. Not that I can do anything about that, but so I got the map and the game type for the map, and then what character I used, and and then I just sort of the reason for the win or the loss. I'm sort of estimating a kind of a reason and a percentage of how much it is. So in this game here, it was mostly we went into a 4v5 because one of the players dropped. It was actually Gigglefish. He was having server issues. And so the main reason for that loss is basically the lever, maybe a little bit of the teammates being toxic and being fairly outmatched or outplayed. I think we were pretty close in that game up until that point. And then, like, say, this game, it was a win. And so that one, I feel like the win was because it was fairly evenly matched, and we played a little bit better at 2% or 20%, and 40% was me. I feel like I was carrying a lot in that game as Zarya, and then the other 40% was the teammates, and that were doing good and just playing along with the tank and doing the right things for teamwork. So an interesting thing I had a lot. I built this for Overwatch 1, and I had done it a while back to just sort of see why I was staying stuck in bronze and how many games in actuality were caused by smurfs, levers, and throwers. And I just wanted to get like a rough number of how much of that was happening. And in general, I feel like these problems have been a lot less in Overwatch 2, so maybe the reason I was kind of stuck, I feel like a lot more Smurfs appeared in Overwatch 1 and seemed to be like deranking or trying to lose the game so they could derank, or just on the other team like smurfing and killing us all. Or even I would keep track of ones that, since if it was a win and it was because of a smurf on our team, I just also wanted to keep track of that. So just something I was going to try and do. I don't know if I'll really keep up with this. And then the other thing, and I don't know if anyone else wants to do this, it seems like I may be a little bit overly um I work as a programmer, so I may be over, this may be a programmer thing, I don't know. But the other thing I have is a season tracker. So how I'm doing this is I have the queue, so open queue, tank, damage, and support. Which grouping of 7 I am currently on. So for open queue, I've only completed one group of 7, and I got placed at B5, which would be bronze 5. And then I completed 3 groupings of 7 under tank, and I moved up from 5 to 4. In damage, I've played 4 groupings, and I played 3 groupings. I'm on the 4th one. I placed still at B5. I understand I was really low at damage in the previous game. And then support, I was able to play a lot of support, and I was up a little bit on my. I placed, like, for the first 5 groupings, I think I was placed at B5, which seems really broken to me, and then I found out there was an actual bug, so that tracks. And then the game after the bug, I jumped up 2 slots to B3, but the last time I placed, I think I was still B3. And this here, I'm keeping track of, in that grouping of 7, how many wins I've had and how many losses, just so I can see if I get like 7 wins and 7 losses, I would not expect my rank to go up. But if I had 7 wins and maybe 2 losses, I would expect it to jump maybe 1 or 2. I hope even maybe 3. But it depends, I think, on your sort of MMR rating, I think, how much you can jump up. So someone like me who's been in bronze for so long probably will have a much harder time getting to silver and gold, because they will not give you increments as much to get you back up there. So, but I started doing this when I was in this current grouping, so I don't know on some of these cases how many losses I have had. Since I've been tracking, I've had 1 loss and 1 win for support and so on. So I'm almost done on tank. I just need 2 more wins. So I'm going to probably try and get that done tonight so I can see a new number here. I can up this to 4 and then put the new rank in there and see how it changed. And I'm just going to keeping track of this here for season 1. And then maybe I'll do it again for season 2. I don't know. Or I might just stop playing competitive altogether. It's very disheartening. Even back in Overwatch 1, I was still considering quitting for a long time just because I could never rank up. And it seemed that whenever I get a nice streak of wins and I start to go up to where I think I should reach the next rank, then suddenly I get a huge swath of losses that puts me all the way back down and just removes all of my progress. And often due to things like beyond my control, like a bunch of people leave, or a bunch of smurfs, or you just have people like playing like idiots in the matches. It's just I play the same all the time, pretty much. Sometimes I get frustrated and I do stupid things, but most of the time I play with the team, and sometimes I play a flanker and I go off and do things. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Fair enough on that. I would give myself, a lot of credit for the win or loss. In those cases, if I was doing something stupid, I would definitely take that into account. But I want to get back into the game. And so I'm just going to try